And good morning. Welcome back to Dad Bod Trading, probably the most average boring trading that you will find on YouTube or anywhere else for that matter. As I am continuing to learn and going into my second year of trading, I have decided that I'm going to be I think that I've been doing some things wrong here. Um, when I started off trading, it was recommended that I trade paper money until I do paper trading, which is just trading fake money basically, until you get the hang of it, get into good habits, figure out which patterns and trends work the best for you. And I didn't do that. I was like, hey, there's so much money to be made. I don't want to miss out on it. If I start getting good at it, then I don't want to miss out on all of that money. Which, hey, I mean, that sounds great and everything. On paper, haha, no pun intended. Actually, yes, it was intended. But when you sit there and you're using your own money and you lose little bit by little bit and you see your account just kind of slowly drain, it distracts from the amount of knowledge you can build in your arsenal, your knowledge bank. And it distracts you because you're worrying about losing money, and it really distracts from the learning process. So what I'm going to be doing for a little while here is just simply paper trading. I'm going to do everything that I normally do, except, and it's not like I'm out of money. I want to make that clear. It's not like I'm out of money. It's just that I realize that is distracting me so much. I mean, I get really frustrated when something doesn't work out or if I do something stupid. And again, that's just distracting from learning the process. And that's what I'm trying to do in the first, 3 to 5 years of trading. You just want to learn the process, get good at the process, get used to taking wins and making paper money and getting used to seeing the patterns like yesterday. Let me just show you here real quick. Oh, you know what? I didn't disconnect Discord. Hang on a second. Let me just do that quick. There we go. Check, check, testing, testing. And I think that's working. Let me see here. Yes, I believe it is. Anyway, so Facebook yesterday, I was sitting there watching this all happen, and I was like, oh man, if it breaks this key level here that I had charted a few days ago, it could probably go down more. And I was so focused on other things that I didn't recognize this. But do you see this pattern here? And this is what we call an H pattern. You have a hard drop, a slight rebound, stays below VWAP, below all of the indicators, and then it breaks the previous low and continues onward. I was sitting there thinking, oh, I should probably get in on this, but I didn't see this pattern. And you know why I didn't see it? Well, okay, it's a newer pattern. It's one that I've learned in the last while. But I was all stressed out because I had lost money on, let's see, what was it? Was it Peloton? No. It was on Save. Yeah. I was all stressed out because I got stopped out here. I didn't have, number one, I didn't have realistic expectations with this. I thought it could get to 26, which towards the end of the day, it kind of did, but still not quite. What I should have had was a realistic expectation that okay, the last time it had a good run, it stopped right here at this peak. And that was at 24.30, 25.34. When I bought the break of the high of the candle, I got stopped out here, which was kind of discouraging. Then it jacked back up. Well, I got back in at about 25.10. I should have taken my profits here, but I didn't. And I allowed it to stop me out again. So that was kind of skunky. And I think that if I would have not been dealing with, and this goes for a lot of the other days when I it's discouraging and frustrating. I think that I would have done a lot better if I would not have been trading real money. I think I would have been able to step back and go, oh, bummer, that didn't work. Okay, next trade. And that's the attitude you should have anyway when you're trading, whether it's real money or not. But again, I think that I need to step back for a little bit and um, not trade real money and just focus on the learning process. And I think that the person who suggested that to me a while, a long time ago, I think they had a lot of wisdom, and I didn't listen to them. I was greedy, and again, the two things that are going to get you the most when you're trading are fear and greed. It's going to be the fear of either missing out on something or fear of losing, and then you have the greed side of things that you're just kind of like, oh, look, I'm up on a position. Well, case in point, save. I was up on this position and teeny little profit by the time it was up to here. And instead of looking at this and saying, hey, the reasonable place to take profits would be around this 25.34 level. But I was greedy and wanted more. So I thought that we could get up to, this level right here, this 26 level. We didn't. So anyway, fear and greed. And so I'm going to be basically paper trading. I'm going to have a notepad here, and I'm going to be just manually writing down these trades and seeing which ones work and going from there. Coffee break. Hang on. Perfect. Okay, so all of that in mind, we are going to, like I said, just be doing everything like we normally do. Let's see here. Tons of volume pre-market for Peloton. Ooh. Okay. So the CEO of Peloton is going to step down, and everybody liked that because he was kind of not making good choices, apparently. So, let's see. Hey, good morning. Hello.
Did something.
There. Now I can hear you.
There. They did something to Discord on mobile, and it's weird.
Oh, really? That's too bad. So I was just doing a monologue on um, the concepts of fear and greed and stuff. I don't know if you heard any of that or not, but we have. I was talking with Jen last night. I was like, I think that a lot of my difficulty in learning and recognizing patterns and the things that make me struggle and distract me from learning the process has to do with fear and greed, whether it be being too greedy like I was yesterday with Spirit Air, which was where I didn't have realistic expectations. Um, I thought it would go to 26, and my goal should have been at this previous high last time I had a good run.
Yeah.
I should have taken profits there. Instead, I just waited and waited and waited, and it stopped me out twice. So, anyway, I decided I'm going to be paper trading for a while, and I haven't like run out of money or blown up my account, but I
Yeah.
think it's going to help me learn the process better because thinking about it, it's like, okay, so if I have real money on the line, that's something that's distracting me from learning patterns. It's
Yeah.
distracting me from learning candlesticks and keeping an eye out. It's just one more thing to distract. But if I'm paper trading, I can still keep track of what patterns work. I just won't have the additional stress of dealing with real money. And
Yeah.
when I first started trading, um, one of my instructors um, suggested that I paper trade, and he was like, "You can do whatever you want." Well, it was Tim Bowen. He was like, "You can do whatever you want, but I'd recommend that you paper trade because it's when you have real money on the line, it's going to distract you from learning the process, and that's all you want to be doing in the first few years is learning the process."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Hey, there's lots of money to be made, and if I'm sitting here, not making money for a whole year and a half, 2 years, that's going to be a lot of unrealized profits that I could be taking advantage of, right?"
Yeah.
But that's that is at the very root of it. That's the whole greed thing that is what we fight very hard every day. So anyway,
Yeah.
so I'm just going to be paper trading. I'm going to do everything exactly the way I've been doing it, except I'm just going to be writing things down manually and just not actually entering an order. So
Yeah.
and if that'll keep me from large losses too. It'd keep me from large gains, but the point at
Yeah.
the point right now is to stay in the game until I get good at it. So it's more important to not have losses than it is to not have gains.
Yeah. Thanks.
But I did have a nice recovery yesterday. So I lost money on Spirit yesterday,
Um,
getting stopped out here. And then I bought this breakout yesterday and rode it all the way up. I ended up getting out at 25.60 right here
uh-huh.
and made a tidy little 20 or 30% on that. I also traded LVS. I had an alert set up on my phone um, that triggered at 45 and 45.40. So those were pretty key levels for me. And the 45 level, I wasn't going to trade that, but it put it back on my radar. Like, I haven't looked at this stock for several days, but if it was going to break out of this channel, I wanted to know about it. So the $45 alert put it on my radar again, and then I bought it at this 45.40, and then actually sold it like right here at the peak, just about. I think it was 45.80,
Yeah.
and then I traded. Yeah, I traded TSN. I got in a little bit early here. I believe it was the break of 98 and rode it up to 99 here and then sold it around 99. So that was
Nice.
nice to have some afternoon trades that worked out after a really sucky morning. um, Sometimes it's very interesting to look at the stock market, and sometimes the morning is the best time to trade, and then sometimes the afternoon is the best time to trade. It really just depends on what's going on. But um, like Tim Bowen, he would always say, "Hey, amateurs open the market and the pros close the market." And he preferred waiting. He said, as a new trader, you should wait for the afternoon moves because then you actually have a pattern to go off of. In the morning, it's just kind of the Wild West. It just bounces around everywhere. Um,
Yeah.
Whereas, some other people, say people over at like the profit room, they trade the first like 5 minutes of the market, and they're
Yeah.
really aggressive and make really good money doing that. So it's kind of like whichever fits your style and time frame, that's the best. And for
Yeah.
for me, like I wasn't around in the afternoons, I would see these patterns that Tim would talk about, and I'd be like, man, I mean, they work the ABCD pattern, the dip and rip. They're mid to late morning or early afternoon, something like that. They would oftentimes
Yeah.
work really well, but I wasn't around for that. Um, and the profit room in the early morning, that's really nice. I really like it because it's in my time frame. That's when I have time off. I can trade. So
Yeah.
it's just kind of like, hey, whatever works best for you. Um, I keep getting these ads on YouTube where it's like, join me to be the best trader ever, and blah blah blah, all these different things. And it's just like, it's whenever somebody claims that they have like the holy grail of trading, that they're just full of you know
Yeah.
stuffed grouse or something. I don't know. And because one shoe doesn't fit everybody.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all what's been on my mind this morning. So,
Yeah. Well, we
um,
are having to be at the job early again because
oh yeah,
of the furnace guys. So
oh yeah, do 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 do,
it's not early, it's just earlier than normal.
yeah. So, Harley Davidson, I've traded that in the past with pretty good success. Let's see where it's at in the pattern. 38 at the bottom of that channel. 39. I'm going to say if it stays above 38.50, then probably be bullish. If it's below 38, bearish. Otherwise, just consolidate around in there. I don't know. Let's see, TXN, what's that? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Patrick was eating crackers on my desk this morning. So there's like crumbs
Huh.
everywhere.
Nice.
Doom, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. Okay, so Peloton is interesting. I don't know that it's going to be good enough news to break yesterday's high,
Uh,
but the CEO of Peloton is going to step down, and uh, they're going to be cutting jobs. And of course, Peloton was a huge um, pandemic play because they produce those upscale exercise machines, treadmills, that sort of thing. And so they did some really good work in 2020. So let's
Yeah.
see here. Yeah, I mean, they went from just. There it is. Their high before the pandemic was 38, and they went
Yeah.
all the way up to 171 at their peak. So they did really, really well for themselves. But now that everybody, the shutdowns are letting up and people are getting back to their gym memberships, their sales have just absolutely dried up. And people or their investors, long term investors, were saying, somebody needs to have the CEO step down because he's not being proactive enough. He didn't have enough foresight to prepare the company for the inevitable drop in orders and everything. And
Yeah.
so they're finally getting their wish, and he's um, yeah, he's stepping down. So which jacked the share price up a fair amount this morning. It was dying, like it was at a very critical level, just about a couple bucks away, but
Yeah.
so that's interesting.
Yeah.
NVIDIA was going to buy. Oops, hold on a second. So NVIDIA was going to buy. Um,
Why is you?
let's see. So they were going to buy the microprocessor design house ARM, which would have
Uh,
given them a huge monopoly on all things processors and microchips and all that good stuff. And the Federal Trade Commission, I think it was the FTC, um, decided to sue them because they said, hey, you're going to have too big of a monopoly. And so we're going to sue you so that you can't buy ARM. And so NVIDIA's like, okay, that's not worth it. So they called off the deal. But apparently, and I thought this would make their price go crazy. I thought it was going to go down really bad. But apparently, it's not worrying people too much. I mean, it doesn't change the fundamentals of the company at all.
yeah.
Um, they're still just kind of on their same roll right now than what they have been on. So,
Yeah.
but I was surprised that the price didn't just like jack all the way down to a critical level or something. Excuse me. But yeah, right now there's not a whole lot that actually interests me. There's just, I don't know, just not a whole lot out there at this time.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's feeling like a Wednesday on a Tuesday. Wait, it is Tuesday, right? Yeah, it's Tuesday.
Yeah.
David didn't sleep all that well last night, so my mind's a
That's,
little bit fried. So, TDC, let's see what that is. Meh. ATRO. Meh. That's not what I wanted. There we go. LXP.
well, should probably
Oh.
hop out of the truck and start framing some stuff, but I don't really want to. I'm tired.
Yeah, that sounds kind of miserable. Oh, this is all-time highs. Very sucky volume, though. Like, really sucky. My word.
Okay, well, I guess I'll talk to you later.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for hopping on.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.
Dutch Bank. Has some okay volume. Ooh. Ooh. What are we? Well, that's really gappy. Doesn't move much during the daytime. All these little gaps here and there. That's crazy. This all-time highs? Oh, no, it's not. Wow. Okay. Have any gaps here to fill? Not really. Nope. Adam. Bad volume. LXP. We looked at that, I think, didn't we? And there's the market open. Yeah. There's just not a whole lot out there right now that I'm interested in. I'm just very not interested in anything. I mean, Facebook's kind of faltering again, but Peloton could be interesting. Tesla's dropping. Check Discord and see what other people are looking at here. Um, PFE, Pfizer. Oh, so they had earnings. Why was this not on my scan? That's weird. Ooh. So 50, 70. Yeah, I could see that. Hmm. Yeah. Okay, so let's watch for the H pattern on here because this has the makings of a long staff here, and then maybe a little bit of a rebound. Let's see. So if we do crack 150, then Facebook's pushing up. That's nice. Peloton's dropping a little bit. Um, Tesla's looking kind of yucky. it cracked support. Not really well, but Apple just kind of ranging. Netflix dropping. Tesla's definitely broken support. So, yeah, at 900, broke 900. So Pfizer, definitely not an H pattern. Nope. Yeah, Tesla would have been an excellent play here. We have support broken there from yesterday. Trending down, trending down. Bought the break of 900. Let's see what we could have done with it. So let's say we had a bigger account and we got in on some of these 860s. Let's see here. Bought the break of 900 there, so 1038. Spread is actually nice and pretty tight, so 1038. Sold into the push, 1200. That would have been decent. Ooh, that's fast. It's going fast. Let's see what Hog is doing. That one mildly interested me. It's just kind of, yeah, hit that 40 level and just bounced right off of it. Peloton. Peloton. Interesting. So we're hitting up against resistance there. 31.25. Okay, so Tesla here. Yeah, it needs to stay below 900 to be bullish. Man, yeah, today's just not a good trading day. I'm thankful that I have not done anything, paper trading or otherwise. Man, poor peeps who shorted Tesla, man. If it cracks the red to green level here, it's going to be pretty gorgeous. It's going to be a nice short squeeze. Especially if it can bust this 910 level. Looks like the Q's is breaking out. Peloton. Go for it, Peloton. Yeah, I guess that was better news than what I thought. That's cool. Beautiful. So it touched the red to green. I suppose that would have been a good entry. Red to green line. What's NVDA doing here? How are they reacting to... Oh, well, must not have been that bad of news. It's trying to go green on the day. Go for it. More power to you. Bring the market up with you. I mean, if NVIDIA and Tesla can break, yep, there it goes. Okay, so Tesla just went green on the day. NVIDIA just went green on the day. That's good. Let's see if it can hold. We have here. Yeah, very nice. Very, very nice. Are you gonna hold or are you gonna crash? This is one of the reasons why I really hate buying breakouts. Okay, breakouts in 2020 were insane. Like as soon as you'd have a breakout, let's say a red to green move where you're red on the day and it goes green. Like that would be there would be I don't know why, but it seems to me like there were a lot more short sellers in 2020. Maybe it's because all of them blew up their accounts, but it's like you would reach a critical point and instead of bouncing off of it, it would just go hog wild. It would go insane and break out very convincingly. Um, you wouldn't have hesitation like this. It would just break out and then go yeet, and you'd be done. Especially if you were a short seller. Well, there goes Tesla. Good for it. And Tesla actually never had a red bar. That's impressive. So a decent entry on Tesla would have been when we had a breakout and then it settled back down on the red to green line. Could have gone long on the red to green line with a stop of just basically the bottom of this candle here, just a couple bucks, and that would have been decent risk to reward. Taking profits, at the pre-market high right here, or aftermarket, I should say. Oh, actually, it hit this line right there. Interesting. Anyway, but again, it's like if this was 2020, this would have just went skyrocketing all the way up to here. But nope, not anymore. You got to be super careful. Super, super careful. All right, well, there's really nothing that interests me right now. I don't see any patterns that I recognize. I mean, I'm trying to look for channels. There really aren't many channels. There really aren't. Yeah, it's one of those days when the market's just kind of really choppy. And it's not choppy in a good way. Like you can make money if it's choppy, if you can grab the bottom of the channel, sell at the top of the channel, whatever it might be. But no, not today. Today's just an unfortunate day. Baba, it looks interesting. BA. It looks like it could do a nice. It has like this little bear flag here that's developing. But Baba does not have a good history of breakouts. Good breakdowns, but not really good breakouts. So, and the greater market is not looking healthy. So, all this stuff with Russia and Ukraine and everything. And Netflix and Tesla, they are really fighting for those levels. Hey, let me type something here. Yeah, wow. That's great. Especially considering how unhealthy the Nasdaq and the SPY are looking. There we go. Nice. So I would definitely be taking profits into this here, if I would have gotten in on it again at the red to green line. Let me see here what we could have done if that would have been worth it. Okay, so the breakout, see the 842. Ooh, nice. Very nice. 42, where is it? So, purchase price of around 1200, and it's at 13. So I mean that would have been 10% or so. Netflix, very nice. Netflix. Fighting with that red to green move. See, this was a key level yesterday, so yep, no, couldn't quite do it. Peloton. Peloton, Peloton. Look at you go. Look at that. Yep. Nice. Went up. Nice little bounce of the pre-market highs. And there she goes. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Not really patterns that I'm comfortable trading, but hey, I mean, I guess you could have, yeah, bought at the red to green line there, gone long. That's interesting. The size of those tick candle wicks. Amazing. Very nice. Very nice, Peloton. Where are you at? Yeah. Choppy, choppy, choppy. Man, look at the cues. How choppy that is. That's just horrible. The market just cannot figure out what it wants to do. Looks like Baba actually broke out. I'm impressed. Yeah, nice. Nice clean Pretty clean bounce off of VWAP there. Nice. Peloton is a good one. Peloton would have been a good one. I guess people really did not like the CEO. Wow. Very nice. Yeah, Peloton's just going to keep on going up there. Nice. Sorry, I got a phone call there. So, okay, um I'm going to actually just shut this whole thing down. Peloton would have been a good trade, but again, it's not something that I look for all the time as far as buying a red to green bounce. Somebody on Discord was saying that if it was above 30, it would be bullish, and obviously they were right about it. So, second entry probably would have been at this about 31 when it bounced off of the pre-market high. It would have been a good risk to reward. But yeah, it's going full on yeet now. So happy about that. Congrats on whoever took that. That's awesome. One of the guys. Um, one of the guys on Discord did really well on that. So good for him. All right. Well, thank you for joining me. This was definitely one of the least interesting trading sessions we've had, but everything is so choppy. Look at Apple. Look how choppy Apple is. Look at the size of those candle wicks. That is just amazing. That is when they're almost all dojis, basically. You know it's a bad day with lots of chop. So looks like things could be reversing here, but hey, I'm gonna hop off and just go to work. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for being here, and I hope you have a wonderful day and that you can excel in everything you do. And we'll see you tomorrow, bright and early. Have a good one.